Welcome, Fredrik. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Victor. First of all, sorry that I couldn't make this presentation on site today as intended. Mild cold was stopping us. That's also the reason why Mr. Per Wassén, the chairman of our board, is not present today. Anyhow, let me present Energy Save. Our scope of business is heat pumps and innovation, equally important, heat pumps and innovation. Our mission is heat pump development and new heat pump concept development, trying to seek new kind of applications for heat pump technology that are profitable and have a growth potential. We're focusing solely on air-to-water technology. We have sold more than 12,000 heat pump systems since we started 2009. At that time, it was me and two other founders that started the company. We're still shareholders in the company with approximately a little bit more than 50%. The current heat pump range is from 6 kilowatt to 1.4 megawatt. And 6 kilowatt up to 20 kilowatt is what we call domestic heating. It's villa heating we're working with. And from 20 kilowatt up to 1.4 megawatt is when we modulate with heat pumps to reach higher capacities. This we call light commercial segment. Our operating model is and the strategy is to grow with highly competent partners, both on development side, production side, and going forward in the market with competent partners promoting our products in their regions. The strategic focus when trying to find new applications for heat pump technology is digitizing. We try to digitize the product and the consultant services that are needed to design a system. We focus on hybrid technology, try to find benefits combining different techniques, and we focus hardly on prefabrication of heat pump technology. We were started in 2009, but we were listed last year, 1 year ago, in Spotlight stock market. And to continue company overview, we develop high-performing heat pumps with Swedish ingenuity and a clear focus on cost efficiency. We are a team of 20 plus people, innovative entrepreneurship and specialists from heat pump industry, industrial competences and construction industry. We have a long-term strong partnership with Anytime Electric, who produces our units, also shareholder in the company in China, and Jeff Electronics on the controller side in Sweden. We have what we consider to be a unique industrial scalable base established. And as I mentioned on the first slide, we're focusing on air to water because this is the heat pump technology that is growing the fastest globally. We have developed a new product concept, which we call plug-in modules. This is basically a prefabricated heat pump system with all of the equipment room inside the module, industrializing the production of heat pump systems. And for this plug-in modules concept, we have received Swedish, European, and also Chinese patents. We believe to have the right products and the right concepts at the right time for the market. As I mentioned, we started with the villa segment. We still work with the villa or the domestic segment, but main focus for the coming 10 years will be the light commercial system segment. Here we have 3 different application areas. We have the permanent solutions that we build inside of a boiler room. The heat pumps are placed outdoors. The installers make a traditional installation. This is one segment. The other one is with the plug-in module, where we can reach totally new segments, totally new applications, like, for example, construction site heating with a mobile plug-in module. And then lastly, we also have, of course, permanent solution, but we place the module outside of the building, becoming a kind of local district, green district heating, basically, or either on top of the building or beside of the new building. When we started in 2009, the Swedish market was already in quite tough competition, but the strategy was if we could make equal or better performing unit to a slightly better cost, competing with the famous Swedish brands, we would have something really competitive when the European market was expected to pick up pace. And the European market today has picked up pace, and this is one of the reasons of our growth at the moment. But quite early, we also started to invest in the light commercial market, scaling up on the mass production base that we have, creating bigger capacity, bigger systems. This we started to invest in already in 2015 because we could see that we had an opportunity to in the future take market share both in Sweden and be even earlier out, so to say, in the European market. When we now look on the key drivers that is expected to drive the European transition of the market from electricity, from natural gas to electricity, according to the European Heat Pump Association, key drivers would be digitization, hybrid technology, combining different techniques, and a high level of prefabrication. So it seems we are quite on spot here. This has new markets, but it's actually the current markets we are located in. It's 23 markets where we have highly competent partners, distributors that are promoting our brand and selling our systems in Europe at the moment. The new markets we're focusing on are actually gray in this picture. It's UK, it's Germany, and it's France that we will target in the coming steps. We're located where we're spread. We are where we can find the best competence. We have one office in Oslo. We have an office main headquarters in Sweden. We have an office in Poland, and we have a sales office in Slovenia, Maribor. Our distributors are working with both domestic and light commercial systems, and we can see that there are several new opportunities and market segments opening up at the moment. To go a little deeper into the plug-in module concept, to describe what we do here is that we take a quite complex multi-heat pump system. What you see above the light blue line is what you normally install inside an equipment room or technical room. The heat pumps you place outside of the building. We take all of that stuff and put it into a package, reducing the complexity on site when installing this dramatically. And we're trying to use a kind of platform thinking with some flexibility, taking it from the car industry way of thinking, setting up this production. And we can either use it as construction site heating, temporary, or also other segments like permanent use in different applications. So one concept, many application segments. And why we choose to focus on air to water may need a little bit of explanation, because in Sweden, I assume there are many people from Sweden listening at the moment. Geothermal heat pump have been quite dominant in the market historically. But when we make geothermal heat pump installation, approximately 50% of the total cost is drilling to get the heat from the ground. The remaining is 25% installation cost and 25% product cost. with air-to-water technology that has improved on performance side of the coefficient of performance, how effective it is through a year, through a heating season, has improved very much in the last 10 years, making the performance the difference not so big, but we can cut away all of that drilling. Remaining is the traditional installation cost and the product cost. And of course, this is also the reason why we move into prefabricating these systems based on air-to-water, because then we can include and rationalize big parts of the installation process. That is a big part of the total cost. And we can reach lower price point in the market, and we can have higher market margins for us and for our partners. So this is the logic behind. And I will show you some data later on showing how air-to-water is actually growing the most in the European market. Here you can see some different types of applications for this prefabricated plug-in module. Also we visualize it, we can architecturally hide all of the equipment in a nice way, and think inside the box. What we do is industrializing Swedish design knowledge, how to design a system, consultant knowledge, and installation knowledge, and making it into an export product actually. So we try to think inside the box in this case. If we look on how the market has developed and why me keeping repeating that the air-to-water is growing fastest, it is growing fastest. Here we see the latest statistics from European Heat Pump Association. We can see the brown color represents how the ground source heat pump has grown, not so much. The light blue expresses how the air-to-water is growing at the moment and has been growing in the last year. We can see that us targeting the market from a different angle, trying to be system integrators and providing knowledge to the distributor and a high level of prefabrication, made us grow by 41% last year compared to market, heat pump market in total that grew 7.4%. So we are growing faster than the market, and we're growing in the fastest growing segment of the market. Now what will happen in the European market is the renovation of existing building stock will be in focus very much, going from gas to green electricity. 35 million of the least performing buildings must be renovated before 2030 in order to reach the 55% CO2 reduction goal that is set for the European Union. And we're well prepared with the right product concepts for the coming anticipated growth in the market. We also involve in some research projects that we think are highly interesting for the future. As the energy market or the heating market will convert to electricity in the coming years in
Fredrik,
Europe.
we need to interrupt here. Start the Q&A.
Yeah, we need to be involved, and this is what in decentralized systems, and this is what we do with in this case with Hospital Living Lab. And finally, we have highly strong partners, highly competent in the market that will help us to push our sales in the coming years. Thank you very much.
Thank you for that presentation, Fredrik. So as the first question, you have also developed a digital tool in-house called the Configurator. How are you planning to use this going forward?
This is a sales tools because there is as I mentioned, there is a lack of competence, consultant competence in European market, how to design these efficient heat pump systems, combining it with other techniques. So what we've done with this configurator is to take the best consultant knowledge that we can have and put it into a software. So this will be an important tool, and is an important tool at the moment as we are growing in the light commercial segment, to push help our distributors to succeed with the sales in their markets.
Great.
A question, speaking a little bit about the market that you're playing in. On the European level, do you primarily meet your international or local competitors when you enter, say, Germany or Great Britain or France or Spain? What is the main competition that you're meeting? Is it local or international?
It's mainly international, I would say.
And do you meet those same competitors on the Swedish market?
Depending a little bit, but it's a little bit different because in Sweden you have some Swedish big famous brands or big in Sweden.
Yeah, that are international, although they happen to be Swedish, right?
Yeah, they are international, so you meet them internationally, but you meet them mainly maybe in Scandinavia, so to say. In the international market, the competition is slightly different, but.
And yeah. with regards to competition, what is your best argument to someone who says that this is a sort of Me Too similar product? It's not so differentiated to what competitors are actually offering.
We are actually, if you look on the heat pump unit itself, we are producing high efficient heat pump. With the best components, so if you open the unit up, it's no different than the other famous brands in the European Union. So on product level, it's not where we have the competitive edge. It's with the approach of digitalizing the sales process and the consultant process. It's our knowledge within creating hybrid systems, and it's our high focus on prefabrication that is unique for us, and the combination with good prices, good price performance on the units makes us very competitive in the market.
And is that so? I noted that your Q1 that you reported May to July was not so. It's maybe seasonal, but it was not so strong. What are you anticipating going forward for next year? Considering what you're saying, what is it that will make you perform stronger in that year?
The first quarter was a little bit special, if I may say, because it was a low season for us, and it was also affected by some challenges in the supply chain, both with semiconductors.
Yes, with all industries, right?
And, the shipping of containers, etc., was a little bit messed up, but. We believe we will continue to grow in this way. We have had a good plan how to overcome these challenges, and the demand from the market, as I wrote in my first quarter report, the demand has never been higher. So we need to work hard with the supply chain issue, but. I'm confident for the future.
So your current bottleneck is not is that not on the order side at all? So your order books are pretty okay right now, or
it's not on the order side. No, it's not.
And do you see? I was on a slightly different topic. The fact that you're aiming first for the consumer market or the home heating market. And then entering also into the light professional market. I'm sorry if I'm not using the correct terms, but that fact it seems to me a little bit confusing. You're running on two different challenges. They're both totally understandable and how they are attractive, but I fear it is a little bit. It's too complex to run on both at the same time, and it gives me the impression that maybe you're not so happy with the consumer market, and then entering into another one. Now you have to ride both horses. Is that the case, or?
No, that's not the case. It's actually utilizing the platform that we have created with the strong partners that we have. They are eager to now start to work with the light commercial segment, because the light commercial segment is expected to be the next big growth segment in European Union. And now we have the units in place. We can modulate with bigger sizes. So we have extended the range. It's a logical step where we can utilize the platform and scale up. It's not a big difference. Many of our distributors are well known with working with both domestic.
We need to interrupt her.
And also like commercial segment.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Thank you.
All right.
Sorry for drafting over.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.